And I think the most probable scenario is to go down and attack this liquidity pool. And we are bullish based on that, and we can just aim for higher levels. I think we can aim for all-time high here in this chart and even higher levels. Hi everyone, warmly welcome to this week's market outlook. We're going to start with the calendar for the week, and we can see that we have the federal funds rate on Wednesday. That is my main focus for the week. And of course, there are some other news. This is tentative. And there are some other news we can also keep an eye on. But the most important news for the week, in my opinion, is the federal funds rate. And it will be very interesting to see how the markets are moving after it and also before it. And the earnings calendar, we can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, nothing special. Fear and greed index, we are creeping up to neutral, and I think we will reach greed. Let's see if we manage to reach extreme greed also. But I think the most probable scenario is to see the market goes up to all-time high. I'm talking about indices because this is the fear and greed index for S&P 500. So I think S&P 500 and Nasdaq will take out all-time high and even higher levels, and we will most probably see this index go up to greed and probably extreme greed also. We will keep track of that, and we will look at the charts soon. And the crypto fear and greed index, we have been down here on extreme fear, and we are jumping up to fear. I think we can at least reach neutral, and then we can see what happens there. Liquidation index, I mean, nothing special here in terms of liquidations, not huge liquidations of longs or shorts, because I mean, Bitcoin has been consolidating. When it comes to the long short ratio, it's quite the same. We are not seeing a huge differential that gives us a sign that the markets want to snap back up or down. And the daily exchange volume, we can see that we are just like breaking down to lower levels. This is just increasing the probabilities that we will not see higher levels. And if we do that, I mean for this bull market overall and all-time high, if we want to see all-time highs and higher levels, I want to see this daily exchange volume, I mean, break highs and create higher lows and higher highs. As it looks like right now, it doesn't look like the chart want to go up to higher levels. And if we start with Bitcoin, we can see here that we have a huge monthly candle here, and we close this fair value gap. And I think the most probable scenario is to go down and attack this liquidity pool. And this doesn't mean that we will go down now. I think the most probable scenario in the short run is to actually go up to maybe 50% and maybe visit this supply zone, and then we can see how the markets react. And then from there, as it looks like right now, I think it will be just a lower high, and then we aim for this liquidity pool. And we can see here that the buying volume is quite higher than the selling volume. This is why I'm thinking that we should be aiming for higher levels in the short run. But overall, we can see the selling volume here is quite significant. So something like this would probably be the scenario I'm looking for. And don't think about the timing or something. This is just about price right now. And when it comes to Nasdaq, we took liquidity here, and we have been building a beautiful bullish order flow here. And as long as we are respecting these demand zones, and you see this is a fair value gap, we respected it, created this red candle here, a demand zone, touched it, and we're not breaking below the low there, and we are bullish based on that, and we can just aim for higher levels. And we have a small fair value gap here, so if we manage to close above that, that would even increase the probabilities even more that we can aim for even higher levels. But I think the most probable scenario right now is to aim for all-time high and even higher level, as long as we are not breaking below the demand zones we are building up right now. And if we have a look at the USDT dominance, which is a quite interesting chart, we can see that in general, this chart is very bullish. And overall, when we reach demand zones or when we take out liquidity, we start building up higher lows, higher highs, and then we're taking all-time highs and higher levels. And right now, we can see that we are building up higher low, higher high. And I think the most probable scenario right now, if we manage to go above these highs, these relatively equal highs, if we manage to go above them, correction and then a break again, I think we can aim for all-time high here in this chart and even higher levels. The quite interesting part here, if we put Bitcoin below, you can see here, when Bitcoin puts the high for the bull market, this chart usually puts the low for a correction and then starts going up. And you can see here, 2021 bull market high, we put a low here, and then we went up to higher levels. If we potentially think that we have set the high for this bull market right now, then we can see that this aligns with a low in the USDT dominance. And if the chart goes up a bit, then probably the USDT dominance goes down, maybe touches demand. And then if we break up this chart is probably doing, as I explained earlier, a lower high and then aiming for lower levels. But it will be interesting to monitor this. But of course, we haven't broken this demand zone, and per definition, Bitcoin is still having this bullish order flow. It's just about monitoring other stuff, as for example, volume, and we have been seeing quite significant selling volume in this down move. That was basically my thoughts for the week, and I hope you liked this video. And if you did, make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next one. Bye.